You thought you had it, didn't you? You
really
thought
got
you
it
had
right
it.
now. Finally. Finally, it's
Finally,
Wednesday.
it has happened to me right in front of my face, and I just cannot hide it. Right, very good. Welcome to Wednesday.
Obviously, we're very excited that it's halfway through the week, and it's a little bit warmer.
Yes.
And I don't want to even hear about that. We might have something Friday morning, and
let's not talk about that. Yeah,
but we
that's
should
not
say,
good.
as long as we're talking about things coming up, you and I will be here Saturday morning to bring you, along with Renee Danino, the Denise DeCenzo Foundation Telethon. So we hope you will join us, and we'll raise money for all of the causes that were so near and dear to Denise's.
It's going to be a great day. All right.
Denise hated winter. She would not be happy with the groundhogs. I'm not happy with the groundhogs. Where's the groundhog that says we get spring?
The one at the Beardsley Zoo.
Oh, really?
Bart, Beardsley Bart said an early
Well, then
spring,
I vote for Beardsley Bart.
Yeah, but
Punxsutawney Phil, once again, he's just losing his edge. He always gets scared of his shadow.
40% accuracy, though, Kara, within the past 10 years. If
So
your
60,
son...
60% not.
Let's say Julian came home with a grade of a 40 out of 100.
Fired.
Fired! The chipmunk, or whatever, the rodent, the groundhog.
He's a groundhog. Are groundhogs rodents?
Yes, they're rodents.
They're rodents.
He
okay.
is predicting 6 more weeks of winter. Look at this. Look at these people. More
Does
snow.
anyone ever think that when he comes out, he's afraid of all the people in the hats, and that's why he goes back in?
Does anybody look in the sky and determine if the sun is out, whether or not he can see his shadow or not? Does anybody look into the sky?
And what's up with Chuckles? He is such a follower.
Yeah, exactly.
Chuckles says 6 more weeks of winter also.
The skies were completely overcast. Chuckles he took a little pee-pee on the mayor's shoe this morning. It was very unfortunate. But it comes with the
Chuckles is
territory.
our local guy.
Chuckles is of the Lutz Museum. That Chuckles, I think, is about 11 months old.
Because the other Chuckles, you just keep getting named Chuckles.
You just keep getting named Chuckles because the Chuckles move on. They move on. So 6 more weeks of winter. Look at the little kitties. Oh my God, it's so exciting for them, right?
Do you remember a few seasons ago there are some duck prognosticators?
Yes, we had the duck kids.
Yeah, and their duck, they said, was way more accurate than the groundhog. I wonder what their duck is saying.
Wacky something.
If
Waffles.
anyone's listening and we know what the ducks said, I'd like to know.
I want to know what the ducks said,
Send it to us on Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook, or don't send it to Scotty.
All right, Whoopi Goldberg's going to be sitting out for 2 weeks due to the fact of her comments that she made about the Holocaust. So the president of news at ABC said, you know what? We understand that you did apologize, but we're going to give you 2 weeks to sit out and think of things.
Yeah, to see how your comments impact. In case didn't hear all this, what she said, the quote was that the Holocaust was not about race, it was white people doing it to white people. But of course, Joy Behar and others were quick to say that Nazis considered Jews to be a different race. And anyway, it was considered to be very insensitive, and Whoopi Goldberg apologized, but now the network is saying, you know what, you'll sit out, you'll be suspended for 2 weeks, just to show everyone we're taking this seriously.
2 weeks. 2 weeks on the bench. And Tom Brady, it's official. He's retiring.
Well, he didn't use the word retirement, but he said he's not going to play. He's going to walk away from competition. So, I'm watching every word. Okay, but yes, he posted like 7 screens on his social media about
and
loving
none of them included the Pats fans. None of them. So he had to go back and say.
Well, no, there's some rumor now that he's going to get a 1-day contract, but the Pats, so he can retire as a Patriot. But the Patriots spokesperson says that's not true.
That's not true, but we'll see. I'm sure he's going to retire as a Pats as a Pats player. He's going to probably go back at a 1-day contract, and he'll retire in the history books as a Patriots player. But we'll have to wait and see. He was with the Buccaneers for 2 years, so we'll see. But a lot of praise for the Buccaneers in that 7-page diatribe.
He did end up, we're hearing that he did retweet Bob Kraft's tweet and then said he loved the Patriot Nation.
Loves the Patriot Nation, which is good.
Anyway.
All right,
we'll see what he's going to do next.
All right, speaking of football, I just saw Joe Zone. I said, why don't you just come host Great Day? Because it's all about sports. It's ridiculous.
So that we just get it right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is the entertainment fusion of sports. National Football League says, the NFL says that Mickey Guyton will sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl, and that will be in Inglewood, California.
Now, she's a country singer, correct?
Yeah, she has a new album, Remember Her name, and it got the Grammy nod for Best Country, which was the first ever for a black artist.
Which is great. Good for her.
So it also has been a special flyover from the Air Force. So that'll be nice.
Yeah, it's totally awesome. I'm so glad she got that honor. And they're going to be doing a bunch of other things, too.
Halftime show. Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar. So...
Yep. Now more sports. Washington,
Jamie
they
says
are
she can't
now
wait.
not the Redskins, they are the Commanders. They haven't been the Redskins for a while.
Right. Then they were just the Washington football team.
Yeah, did
now
you
it's going to
know-
be the Washington Commanders.
Did you know that they've changed their name 4 times in the history of the franchise?
I
4
did not
times.
know that. My
Yeah.
dad was a huge Washington Redskins fan, so I mean that
The
was
fourth
his team.
name in the team's history is the franchise was born the Boston Braves in 1932 before making the switch to the Boston Redskins the following year and becoming the Washington Redskins, and now they're the Commanders.
Well, we're doing some
And I
name
guess they
changes
moved, too.
around here too, like just in West Hartford last
Yeah,
night. They
Connard
voted to
and,
say no more Warriors or Chieftains for nicknames.
Connard and Hall both
So we don't
changing
know
their-
what they're going to be called.
A little bit has to do with some financial, because they said they're not going to get the money from the casinos if they have anything to do with, disparaging, who knows?
Right, I guess there was some vote because they'd already removed, they'd already taken away any
Symbols.
any symbols of Native American culture, and could you just be a warrior? But they said no last night, so we'll have to see what West Hartford ends up deciding.
What do you think about a keg of cheese?
This isn't appealing to me.
It sounds yummy to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you do the keg stand with said queso?
Totally. So you're going to get
It's chili cheese dip.
It's chili
How does
cheese
it come
dip.
out? It must be thin enough to squirt it out.
Yeah,
though.
it's warm, Kara. It's
Oh
warm.
my gosh.
Hormel unveiled its Hormel chili cheese keg, and fans have a chance to win it. You have to enter to win it on HormelChiliCheeseKeg.com. It's 15 gallons of pure, miraculously wonderful cheese dip that's going to come out of a keg. And they'll deliver it to your home on Super Bowl Sunday. They're going to deliver it to your home on Super Bowl Sunday. How awesome is that?
Well, there you go.
And it's refillable. Imagine
Oh.
the only house on the block with a
How do you
keg of
refill
cheese.
that? Do you order it in large quantities? How do you refill?
You take Kraft singles and
Just
you
stick
melt
it in
them
there.
down, and that's how you. No, I'm sure Hormel wouldn't be happy with Kraft singles.
All right, so one of the basic things that you learn when you start learning to drive is that you must make a complete stop. I was
One,
taught you go left,
2,
right,
3.
left, then drive. But the Tesla self-driving cars are actually programmed to roll if no one's coming. And the National Traffic Safety Administration say, no. No, you fix that right now. So Tesla, they're calling it a recall. Tesla doesn't really like the word recall, but they're like, no. You must program these cars. I don't care how smart they are and that they know no cars are coming. They have to make a complete stop.
You just never know when someone is going to walk out. You think you're there, you think you're by yourself. I guess they can sense it, but you just never know. The car has to come to a complete stop. And that's obeying the law. You got to obey
Urgent
the
recall
law.
for the Tesla cars to come back and be programmed to obey the stop signs.
Listen to me. Home Depot is hiring, and they're going to give you the world. They're going to give you a cash bonus program.
Okay.
Discounted stock purchases.
Nice.
Tuition reimbursement.
Yep.
And they're looking to hire 100,000
job
people.
applicants. Yeah, 100,000 people because they're anticipating a huge spring of people wanting to fix up their homes and all this. So, hey, it could be a great side job for folks.
I think for Jamie
I think
Callie,
our producer should
I
go
think
there.
our
She's
producer
there
should
all
go-
the time
She's
anyway.
there constantly.
You might as well just work and get stock options.
She built a workbench the other day. I was like, what are you doing? Her jigsaw is coming today. I was like, a puzzle? She's like, no, my saw. I'm like, okay.
You have to follow Jamie Callie on Instagram, #GirlsWhoBuild.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's our hashtag.
Is it really Girls Who Build?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right. Well, there you have it. Who knew?
Right. It's a hashtag that people use.
Well, you can take this job and shove it. I don't want it no more. Remember that song? I can't remember who sang it. Who is it? Who sang that? Merle Haggard? I don't even know.
Well, more Americans basically said that to their bosses last year more than ever before.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Don't want to be ya.
But they said it was Johnny Paycheck sang, take this job and shove it.
Okay.
That's incredible.
So it's always the great resignation, but the experts are now weighing in and they say it's the result of traditional reasons. They're leaving for better pay or benefits, or they were retiring early because there was a surging stock market, and also some wanted to care for children or elderly during the pandemic. But They have 11 million vacancies right now with
Wow.
employers. Now, the only thing is, since we have a little time, we'll talk about this. There was a big article in the New York Times today that, many people, we say that, you can get whatever job you want, and all these great benefits, but a lot of people are still struggling to make ends meet because a lot of companies are still married to the idea of part-time workers. And there was a whole article that people want full-time work, but they're being offered part-time work.
Yeah.
And they can't get enough hours.
Right, exactly.
So whether or not that's going to change, they said it's kind of embedded into a lot of these big corporations that they like the part-time work because they can just give you more hours or take them away.
Exactly.
And that's tough for workers.
Yeah,
So
that's not good.
A little bit more to meet
I'm
the eye
staying
on these
here.
numbers.
I don't want to go anywhere. I'm going to stay right here. I like my job, and I'm going to stay here. I hope everybody knows that.
And that's part of my job every day, is just to make sure you keep yours.
Absolutely. It's fantastic. Checks and balances. Checks and balances. All right, we've got a great show for you today.